Poem 5. I should ve fought him day 5, the blow I never threw. I should ve fought him. Not to win, not to break his grin, not even to draw blood from his chin, but to stand up, to be seen, to say, "This is my queen, and you don't get to smirk and spit and show up late and still act like you own her fate." But I didn't. I swallowed it all like glass. Sat on the porch and let the moment pass. Watched him drop off the kids like it was his front door. Watched her shoulders tighten like love was a chore. Watched him joke, laugh, pat their heads, while I stood still and begged my rage to play dead. I should have walked down those steps, stood face to face. Let him feel that this house was my place, that those smiles were earned with every night I stayed when I wanted to burn. But I didn't. Because I loved those kids too much. Because they already saw enough. Because I was raised to believe that real men bleed in silence and suffer clean. So I smiled and nodded and died a little more. Let him leave his scent at my front door. And that choice? It made her small. Because she needed a wall and I was too busy being calm. Then her voice came, like dusk through trees. A truth wrapped in a tender breeze. You did not need to throw a punch, love. You just needed to say enough. Not with fists, not with war, but with fire in your core. I didn't want violence. I wanted presence. I wanted you to claim your essence, to remind him, gently, what he lost, and remind me that I was worth the cost. So now, I fight myself. Fight the version that stood so still while jealousy danced and silence killed. And if I could go back just once more, I'd fight. Not with fists, but with love and roar. Poem 6, the kids heard Deus, the sound I can't forget. I thought they were sleeping. Thought they were tucked in deep in the soft little cocoon where innocence sleeps. But I was wrong. Because anger doesn't have a mute switch. It cracks through walls and kisses foreheads when it should have kissed lips. And that night, God, that night, I yelled so loud I thought I'd broken the light. I let rage roar, let shame spit fire, turned our love into a funeral pyre. She didn't scream back. She just stood still, hands clenched, jaw tight, pure, silent will. And then, from the hallway, small and afraid, "Mommy, are you okay?" That voice. That tiny trembling thread cut straight through every word I had just said. I froze. She turned. And we both knew we weren't the only ones bruised. I walked into the kitchen, sat down, poured nothing, just listened to the beat of regret and the ceiling fan spinning. She tucked them back in. Soft words, tired steps, a lullaby made of wreckage and breath. Then her voice came back, not from the hallway, but from years down the line. The wind again, but warmer this time. You'd think that night defined it all. But baby, kids don't just recall the fights. They remember the hands that made lunch, the arms that rocked them when life got too much. Yes, they heard. Yes, they knew. But they also saw the real in you. You didn't hide. You didn't flee. You just broke. And that's what they'll see. So don't call yourself a monster, love. Just call yourself a man, learning to rise above. Oh, still I'd give anything to take that sound away. But maybe now I'm learning how to make new sounds when I pray.